Alright, we're about to go on a wild ride through the chaos of personal growth. And we're not going to sugarcoat any of it. Let's start with something simple. You're probably familiar with the idea of the comfort zone. That warm, cozy bubble where everything feels safe. It's like sitting in your favourite chair with a cup of coffee, scrolling through social media, and avoiding anything that might make you sweat. Sounds nice. But here's the kicker. That safe spot is actually stagnation in disguise. The comfort zone is a trap. A trick that your brain plays on you, convincing you if you avoid discomfort, everything will be okay. But that's bullshit. Here's why. You can't grow in a place of comfort. Think of it like a plant. If you keep it in the dark, water it, and never let it stretch towards the light, it stays weak. It doesn't grow. It doesn't evolve. And it certainly doesn't get stronger. Same thing with you. Now embrace dissonance. Embrace chaos. It's the only way to break free from the stagnant crap. Let me explain how this works. Like you're 5 years old. Because when you get this, it'll change everything. You probably noticed when your actions, they don't line up with what you believe. It feels like something's off. Like you're trying to make a square peg fit into a round hole. That feeling of dissonance, that's actually the good stuff, the magic. Here's a little example. You know you should work out because it makes you feel better, but you don't. Why? Because your beliefs and your actions are at odds. That's dissonance. It's the uncomfortable feeling when you're not aligned. And guess what? That tension is a sign that it's time to change something. It's not a bad thing. It's the perfect damn opportunity to grow. Let's talk about why you're afraid of this discomfort. Why you're avoiding this chaos. Here's the cold hard truth. You're terrified of being judged. You're scared if you step out of your comfort zone, people will think you're weird or worse. That you'll fail and make a tool of yourself. Your ego's like, nah, screw that. Stay safe, stay small. But listen, you can't grow if you're scared of what people think. When you embrace dissonance, you're not just changing your actions, you're changing your identity. You're deciding you matter more than other people's judgments. And once you realise that, all that fear melts away. That's where the real freedom lives. Now let's break this down. How do you already do this? Look at the times you felt discomfort, but pushed through anyway. Maybe it was asking someone out, or trying something new at work. That feeling of uncertainty that you felt before doing it. That's dissonance. And you've already won before you even realised it. You've done it before. You can do it again. So how can you do it in new ways? Start small. Embrace something uncomfortable every day. It could be something as small as speaking up in a meeting, or even just changing your routine. It doesn't have to be a big leap. Just a little step into the unknown. Every time you face dissonance, you're rewiring your brain to be stronger and more resilient. So why is it so important? The reason it's so critical is simple. You'll never get stronger if you don't experience tension. You'll never expand your comfort zone unless you push against it. Growth comes from struggle. The more you face discomfort, the more you build your resilience. And when you're resilient, you handle life shit like a boss. What does science say? Neuroscience. It's shown when you experience dissonance, your brain lights up in a way that triggers new connections. It's a biological response. This is how you learn and grow, by experiencing tension and discomfort. Your brain has to adapt and reorganize itself to handle new experiences. And that's how you upgrade yourself. Now here's the science behind it. When we face dissonance, our brain tries to solve problems, to reduce the tension, and that's the key. Solving the tension is how you grow. Every time you push through the discomfort, your brain strengthens and adapts. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But here's the catch. If you avoid discomfort, your brain stops growing. It gets lazy, stagnant, and you stay stuck. So yeah, avoiding chaos is actually the fastest track to failure. But once you start leading into it, you become unstoppable. So why the hell are you afraid of doing this? Here's the kicker. Fear is just a story you're telling yourself. It's not real. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of discomfort. All that shit is just your ego trying to protect you from what it thinks is danger. But here's the thing. Growth never happens in the comfort zone. It only happens when you face the fear and do it anyway. Let me hit you with a truth bomb. Karma's a bitch. If you keep avoiding growth, if you keep avoiding the discomfort, they'll make you stronger. Life will keep slapping you upside the head until you finally get it. That's not fate. That's just cause and effect. If you don't step up and face the chaos head on, life will keep pushing you into situations that force you to. The universe isn't here to gently nudge you. It's here to challenge you. And the more you resist that challenge, the harder the lessons you get. Trust me, you don't want that. So what happens when you finally embrace dissonance? You become resilient, you become adaptable, you become creative, you become unstoppable. Life's challenges, they don't break you, they build you. The discomfort becomes the fuel for your fire. So let me ask you, what if you stopped playing it safe? What if you leaned into every uncomfortable situation, every moment of dissonance, and said, all right, bring it on. Let's see what this makes me. Imagine how your life would change. Every moment of discomfort becomes an opportunity, an invitation to evolve, to become better, stronger, smarter, more powerful. You're not afraid of chaos anymore. You welcome it. And when you welcome it, everything changes. Now go ahead, step into the dissonance. Lean into it, push yourself and become the person that you're always meant to be.